Hello my dear students, welcome again to my class. On our last class I have started chapter number 8. The name of the chapter was percentage and its application, and completed exercise 8a and 8b up to question number 10. So today I will start from question number 11. So you take out your book so that you can see the question. So question number 11 is, in an election a candidate got 65% of the total valid votes. So how many votes were valid? Out of that votes he got 65%, not of the total votes or the total valid votes. Okay, 8% of the votes were declared invalid. So due to some problem, 8% of the votes were declared invalid. So if the total number of vote cast was 6 lakh, find the total number of votes polled in favor of the candidate. So you have to find the total number of votes polled in favor of the candidate. Okay, so we'll do this one. You see question number 11. Given total number of votes casted, you write total number of votes casted equals to 6 lakh. Total number of votes casted equal to 6 lakh. So first of all we will find the number of invalid votes. So it is given that 8% of the votes were declared invalid. So since 8% of the votes were declared invalid, since 8% of the votes were declared invalid, so we'll find how many votes were declared invalid. So therefore number of votes declared invalid equals to 8% of which one? 8% of the total vote casted. It is 6 lakh. So 8% means 8 by 100 into 6 lakh. So 20 and 20 I can cancel. 8 6 48, and how many 0 left? 3 0 left. So 48,000 votes were declared invalid. Out of 6 lakh, 48,000 votes were declared invalid. So now we will find the number of valid votes. So therefore number of valid votes equals to, so total vote it was 6 lakh minus invalid vote 48,000. So if I simply subtract this one, it will be 0 0 0, then 10 minus 8 it is 2, 9 minus 5 it is 4, and there left 5 lakh 52,000, 5 lakh 52,000. Okay, so this is the total number of valid votes. In question you see it is given that the candidate got 65% of the total valid vote. So total valid vote it was 5,52,000. Out of this he got 65%. So we can easily find the number of votes polled in favor of the candidate. Right. Therefore number of votes polled in favor of the candidate, number of votes polled in favor of the candidate equals to 65% of the total valid votes. 65% of total valid vote, it is 5,52,000. 5,52,000. So 65% of the total valid votes. So like earlier we'll write 65% means 65 by 100, 5,52,000. So simply 20 cancelled. So 65 into this one you multiply 5520 multiplied by 65. 0 5 2s are 10, 0 1, 5 5s are 25, and 1 26, 2 in my hand, 5 5s are 25, 26 27. Then 6 into 0 it is 0, 6 2s are 12, 2 1, 6 5s are 30, 31, 3 in my hand, 6 5s are 30 plus 3, 33, 0 0 6 7 8 7 and 1 8 5, so 3,58,800, 3,58,800, 3,58,800 votes. So these are the votes polled in favor of the candidate. This is 65% of the total valid vote. Total valid vote, it was 5,52,000. Now question number 12. The side of the rectangle are 20 centimeter and 15 centimeter. If each side of the rectangle is increased by 20%, find the percentage increase in area. So first of all, you will find there the sides are given 25, length is given 25, breadth is given 15 centimeter. First of all, we will find that after 20% increase, what will be its new length and new breadth. So from this 20 and 15, we will find its original area, and after getting the new length and new breadth, we will find the new area. Then we will subtract one from the other, we will get the value, and simply from that we can find the percentage of the total increase. Given, so the sides of the triangle are given 20 centimeter and 15 centimeter. So let me write, given length equals to length of the rectangle is 20 centimeter, breadth of the rectangle equals to 15 centimeters. So this is given. A length and breadth of the rectangles are given. So we'll find area. We know the formula of area, it is length into breadth. Length, it is 20 into 15 centimeter square. Centimeter square, unit will be centimeter square. 15 twos are 30 and 300 centimeter square. So area is 300 centimeter square. This is its original area. So now we will find the new length and new breadth. So new length here means 20% increase on the this earlier length. Then again in the case of breadth also, they are also 20% increase. So we will find, therefore you write new length equals to, new length will be original length. Original length, it is 20 centimeter plus 20 centimeter plus how much increased? 20% increase. 20% of which one? 20% of the original length. That means 20% of 20 centimeter. Again I am saying, you listen. New length will be original length plus 20% of the original length. So if I simply take out, solve this one, it will be 20% means 20 by 100 into 20. So 1 0 1 0 and another 0 cancel. So we can write it as, write it here, unit. So 20 centimeter plus, there are 2 twos are 4 centimeter, which is equals to 24 centimeter. 24 centimeter. This is the new length. It is 24 centimeter. You remember this one, area was equals to 300 centimeter square. Now I'll rub this one. So now we'll find the new breadth and new breadth equals to, it was 15 centimeter. 15 centimeter plus how much increase? 20% increase. 20% of 15 centimeter of the original breadth. So 15 centimeter plus 20 by 100 into 15. So now we'll solve this one. We know 25s are 100, 25s are 100 and 5 3s are 15. So that means how much? 3 into 1, 3 centimeter plus 3 centimeter. 15 plus 3, it is 16, 17, 18 centimeter. So this is the new breadth, this is the new length. So now we'll find the new area. right, therefore new area equals to new length into new breadth. New length it is 24, new breadth it is 18 centimeter square. Unit will be centimeter square. Okay, so you will get 432 centimeter square. If you multiply, you will get 432 centimeter square. So now the question is to find the percentage increase in area. The percentage increase in area. So therefore percentage increase in area. Percentage increase in area. Percentage increase in area will be increased area. So increased area, how will we find? I will subtract this one from that one. So you can find here how increase in area first of all. And directly we can write also 432 minus 300. This is the increase in area. This is the increase in area divided by total. This area, original area, it is 300. And since I am converting into percentage, so I will give 100. So if I solve this one, 432 minus 300, it is okay, 0 0 you can cancel. They are left 432 minus 300, it is 132 by 3 centimeter, sorry, 3%. 132 by 3%. So if I cancel with 3 4s are 12, 1 left, again 3 4s are 12. So answer is 44%. Answer is 44%. Percentage increase in area means the first of all, or you can find it here, increase in area. How much in area increased? It is 432 minus 300. You can directly put the value here if we find it here, or directly you can write there 432 minus 300. You will get the percentage increase in area. Or you can, first of all, you can find, then you can put it here and divide it by total into 100. It's up to you. So now question number 13. It is given in an examination 2500 students appear, out of which 1100 were girls. So first of all you have to find the number of boys. Then 50% of the boys and 40% of the girls passed. So given that 50% of the boys passed in that exam and 40% of the girl passed in that exam. So if I find the 50% of boys and 40% of girls, then I can find how many students passed in that exam. That 50% of boys plus 40% of girls. Okay, now the question is to find the percentage of candidate failed in exam. So if I find how many students passed in that exam, then from total if I subtract the passed student, then I will get the number of students who failed in that exam, and then easily I can convert it into percentage. So let's do this one. Question number 13, you see. So you write given total number of students total number of students 2500, it is 2500, 2500. Number of girls it is given, and number of girls it is 2500 minus number of girls given 1100. Number of girls it is given 1100, therefore number of boys will be equals to number of boys equals to 2500 minus 1100, it is 1400, 1400. So number of boys were 1400. So now we will find the number of boys passed and number of girls who passed in that exam. Therefore now, or you can write therefore number of boys passed, which is equals to 50% of the total boys, 50% of total boys, it was for 1400. So 50% of 1400, that means 50 by 100 into 1400, 2 0 cancel, it is 0. Then 5 4s are 20, 0 2, and 5 1s are 5 6 7, it is 700. So number of boys passed in examination is equals to 700 boys. So these are the number of boys who passed in examination. So now we'll find the number of girls passed. And number of girls passed equals to number of girls, it is given 40%. That means directly, okay, right, let me write 40% of number of girls. Number of girls, it was 1100. 40% of 1100, which is equals to 40 by 100 into 1100. 20 I can cancel. There are 11 left, there are 40 left. So it will be 11 into 4, it is 44, and 440 girls. 440 girls. So now easily I can find that how many students passed in that examination. If I add the number of boys who passed and number of girls who passed, so easily if I add these two, I will get the number of students who passed in that examination. Therefore, number of students passed, number of students passed equals to 700 plus 440. 700 plus 440, it will be equals to 40, and 7 4 it is 1140. So total number of students passed equals to 1140. Therefore total number of students failed, total number of students failed will be, how many students are there altogether? There were 2500. Out of them 1140 passed. That means the remaining students failed in that examination. So 10 minus 4, it is 6. There 4 minus 1, it is 3. 1360. 1360. So now I will find the percentage of student failed. Therefore percentage of students, you write in full form, okay? Percentage of students failed equals to, how many students failed? 1360. Out of how many? 2500, and percentage, so it is multiplied by 100 in percentage sign. So 20 I can easily cancel. So so now I will divide it by 5. 5 5s are 25, 5 2s are 10, 36, 5 7s are 35, 1 left, 5 2s are 10. So 272 by 5, 272 by 5. So this one you cannot deduct. So let me write it first. 272 by 5%. So now I will convert into, simply divide it, I will get the correct answer. So you see 527, that means 5 5s are 25, 25, 26, 27, 2 left, 22. Then 5 4s are 20, again 2 left. If I put decimal, I will get 10, so it will be 25, 4s are 20. So answer is 54.4%. 54.4%. So now question number 16. A father gave 1% of his monthly income to his two sons as pocket money. So out of his total income, he gave 1% to his, okay, let me show you. Okay. So his, out of this total income, he simply 1% to his 1% to his two sons. So first son you write here and second son So I'm just for explaining, I am writing this one. So 1% of his total income he distributed to his his two sons. The elder son gets 80% of the total one. So he got how much? Elder son, he got elder son got how much? 80% of this 1%, and the second son will got how much? He will got the rest 20%. If he got 80%, then he will got 20%. 80 plus 20, it is 100%. Okay. So now it is given that of the total money he gave, and he spends 80% of his share. So the elder son gets 80% of the total money and spends 80%. So how much he got from that total amount? He used to spend 80% and 20% he used to keep with himself. So from that total 80% of 1% he will get some value, and from that one he used to spend 80% and 20% he used to save. So question is given, if he saves rupees 20. So if he saves rupees 20, so what will be his father's monthly income? What will be his father's monthly income? His father's, out of his total income, he only shares 1% as pocket money of his two sons with his two sons. The elder son got 80% of 1%. 80% of 1%. He will get the remaining 20%. It is says that out of his total pocket money, he used to spend 80% and 20% he used to save. That means, and it is given that if he saves 20%, then what is his father's monthly income? So we will solve this one and you will find his father's monthly income. So question number 16, high order thinking. So right, let this father's monthly income be, let his father's monthly income be rupees X. So let his father's monthly income be rupees X. So now it is given that amount, which one is given to his son? So you write amount given to his son. Amount given to his son, it was 1% of his salary. 1% of his salary. So 1% of his salary. 1% means 1 by 100. And salary, which one? It is, we don't know how much salary he got monthly. So we'll let it as X. So I'll write 1 by 100 of X. That means X by 100. X by 100. So this is the amount he gave to his son, both the sons. So now given, again you write, again amount received by elder son as the amount received by elder son, it was 80% of total money given to both the son. 80% of the total money given to both the son. That means 80% of this one. 80% of total money given to both the son. That means he gave this much amount, X by 100, to his both the son, and 80% of which one? 80% of this amount, it is X by 100. So okay, you write it here, there is no space. 80% of X by 100. Don't write here X. Question is that how much amount is given to his both the son. From that amount he used to get 80%. He used to get 80% from this amount, not from that one. He used to get he used to receive the he used to get 80% of X by 100. 80% means 80 by 100 into X by 100. So you can cancel, you simply cancel this one, 1 0 1 0 cancel, 2 4s are 8 and 2 5s are 10. 2 5s are 10. This 4 and this 100 I can cancel. 4 1s are 4 and 4 25s are 100. So if I cancel, I will get there x into 1, only x left there, and there 25 and there 5 left. 25 5s are 125. So this is the amount he used to get. This is the amount he used to get from his father. X by 125. X by 125. So now it is given that he spends 80% of his share. So you write this line. It is given that he shares 80% of his shares. He spends 80% of his share. So it is given that he spends 80% of his share. That means he spends 80%. That means he saves 20%. 80 plus 20, it is 100%. So we can write, therefore, amount saved by elder son. Amount saved by elder son is how much? 20% of his share. 20% of his share. 20% of his share means 20 by 100 into his share how much? His share is x by 125. X by 125. So I can cancel 20 and 100. 21s are and 25s are. So they are x into 1, only x. 125 into 5, it is 625. It is 625. So this is the amount he saved. But you see in the question it is given, he saves how much? He saved 20 rupees. So easily we can find. Therefore, according to question you write. Therefore, okay, you write according to question. It is given that amount saved by elder son is amount saved by elder son is rupees 20, and here we have find that he saves how much? He saves x by 625. That means both of them are equal. So I can write x by 125 equals to 20. Again I am saying you listen. Amount saved by elder son, it is x by 625, and in question it is given that amount saved by him is equals to rupees 20. That means I can write this one, x by 625 is equals to rupees 20. Both of them are same. So x will be equals to 20 into 125. So if I multiply 125 to 0, it is you write to the 10 0 1, then 2 to the 4 and 1 5, 2 1 the 2. So 25 it is 625 12. So 1200 12 it is 6 not 1. So 625. So 20 into 625, it is 12,500. So there are 4 options. You see, A is given 10,000, B is 12,000, C is 12,500 and D is 15,000. So answer will be C, 12,500. So you write therefore father's monthly income, father's monthly income is rupees 12,500. 12,500. That means the father's monthly income is 12,500. So now let's go to exercise 8C. So question number 1, this is about profit and loss. So we know if a commodity, if I sell to someone, then it will be my selling price. If he buys this one from me, then it will be his cost price. If you buy a pen from any library, then it will be, if you buy a pen for rupees 10, then rupees 10 will be your cost price. But in case of the shopkeeper, it will be his selling price, and profit means if the cost price is less than the selling price. If I sell a commodity little more, for example, if I bought a pen for rupees 10, if I could sell it by rupees 15, then that 5 rupee is the profit. If I sell it more, it is less than the cost price. That means if I bought a pen with rupees 10 and if I sell it by rupees 8, that means the 2 rupee that I am getting, it is the loss. Okay, so let's start the exercise. Exercise 8C. Earlier one was exercise 8B. So now question number 1, you see, Kamal brought paper sheets for rupees 7,200 and spent 200 on transportation. So he brought the paper for rupees 7,200 and again spent 2,000 for transportation charges. Paying 600, again he paid 600 and made 330 boxes. Some boxes he made of it is given 330 boxes, and which he sold at rupees 28 each. So you have to find whether he was in a profit or in a loss. So first of all we will find the cost price, then we will find the selling price, then we can understand that if the cost price is less than the selling price, then we will understand that it is a profit. If the selling price is more than the cost price, then it is a profit. So question number 1, exercise 8C. So cost price of paper sheet given, you write given cost price of paper sheet, it is given rupees maybe 7,200, yes, rupees 7,200. So this is the cost price, and transportation charges. Transportation charges was rupees 200. Rupees 200. So total cost you can find, and okay, right. And box making charge also you find, and box, for making box also he spent some rupees. So box making charge, box making charges is equals to rupees 600. So now we can easily find the total. So this is the amount he spent. First of all he brought the paper with 7,200, then again while bringing it he used to face transportation charges which was equals to rupees 200. Then again for making from that paper, to make into box or to make box from that paper, he spent rupees 600. So this will be the total cost price. So you write therefore total CP, because it means cost price, is equals to rupees 7,200 plus 200 plus 600. So it will be 678 plus 2, it is 8,000. So this is the total cost price. This is the total cost price. So now we'll find the selling price, SP of this. So you write given, since SP of each box given as rupees 28, since selling price, SP means selling price, SP of each boxes equals to rupees 28. So it is given that SP of selling price of each box is equals to rupees 28, but there are how many boxes you see? 330 box. That means he sold 330 box and each at rupees 28. So that means the total SP will be 28 into 330 or 330 into 28, right? Therefore SP of 330 boxes equals to rupees, it will be 330 into 28. 330 into 28. So if you multiply 330 by 28, you will get 0, 8 3s are 24, 2, 24, 25, 26. then 0 6 6 0 4 6 6 12 2 1 6 7 8 and 1 9 9240. so the total SP was rupees 9240. so he sold all the boxes at rupees 9240. so now you see, this is the selling price and this one is the cost price. This one is the cost price. Which one is greater? Selling price is greater, that means he was in a profit. SP is greater, that means he was in a profit. So but it is said, so no need to write. Find as total profit, that means they also know that there is a profit, so no need to write. Since SP is greater than CP, it is a profit, you directly find. Therefore profit equals to, profit how much? SP minus CP. SP is given rupees 9240 minus 8000, which is equals to rupees 1240. So now the question is to find profit and profit percent. So we will write, therefore profit percent equals to, profit percent will be total profit by cost price into 100. Total profit, it is 1240 by cost price, it is 8000 into 100. So this is the profit percent. It is total profit by CP into 100. So if I solve this one, 0 0 0 0, I can cancel 1 0 1 0. From here I can cancel with 4. If I cancel this one, 4 2s are 8 and 4 3s are 12 and 4 1s are 4. 4 3s are 12 and 4 1s are 4. So 31 by 2%. 31 by 2%. You give here percentage sign. 31 by 2%. Which I can write as 31 by 2%. If I divide this one, 2 15s are 30. 1 will in my hand 1, and if I put decimal I can put here 0. So 2 5s are 10. So it is 15.5%. So answer is 15.5%. So now question number 2. A man buys TV for rupees 6800. For how much should he sell it so as to gain 10% and loss 5%? So question is to find that at how much price he should sell this one so as to gain 10% and loss 5%. Question number 2. Given CP of the TV, it is cost price of TV is given rupees 6800. 6800. So Roman number 1, it is given gain 10%. Gain 10%. So you write, since gain percent equals to 10%. Gain percent is given as 10%. Therefore, you can find gain equals to 10% of 6800 rupees. 6800. So if I simply solve this one, I will get the answer. 10% means 10 by 100 into rupees. Okay, you write it here. Rupees 6800. I can cancel 68 into 10, it is rupees 680. So therefore SP equals to, or you write he should sell in rupees. So total cost price, it is 6800 and if he gains 10%, then he will gain 680 rupees. That means 680. So if I add these two, I will get that at what SP he should sell so as to gain 10%. So if he sells at rupees 08 and 1441 7,480. So if he sells at rupees 7,480, then only he will gain 10% profit. He will gain 10% profit if he sells this one at rupees 7,480. So now next question is to find for loss, 5% loss. So question number 2, loss percent is given 5%. Loss percent is given as 5%. Therefore, loss will be equals to 5% of rupees 6800. That means rupees 5 by 100 into 6800. 20 I can cancel. 68 into 5. 5 8s are 40, 0, 4 in my hand, 6 5s are 30, 340. So it is 340. That means since here it is loss, that means I will subtract from cost price. So it will be equals to rupees 6800 minus, since it is loss, minus 340. So if I solve this one, I will get 0. There 10 minus 4 it will be 6, then 7 minus 3 it will be, and there it will be 6. 6460. Answer is 6460. So if he sells the TV at 6,460, then only you will face 5% loss. So now question number 3. By selling a radio at rupees 528, Mohit gains 10%. Find his cost price. So there is another easy way to find directly the cost price and selling price. So I will give you the formula, you note it down. So if you want to find SP and gain is given, so simply you write SP equals to 100 plus gain percent by 100 into CP. If gain percent is given, if profit percent is given, and question is to find the SP and CP also given, then you can use this formula. If loss is given, then 100 in place of plus there will be minus loss percent by 100 into CP. Same thing. There, if gain is given, then you plus gain percent. If loss is given, then you minus loss percent. In case of cost price, if the question is to find the cost price, then it will be just the reverse of this one. 100 will be there upper side, and this one 100 plus gain percent will be there, and in place of SP there CP there will be SP. Again, if the question is to find the CP and this loss percent and SP is given, then simply you can use this formula. 100 by 100, in case of loss there will be minus loss percent into SP. So you can use this formula to find SP and CP. If gain percent, if gain is given, then you use this formula. If loss is given, then you use this formula. Again, in case of CP, if gain and CP is given, SP is given, then you use this formula. And if loss and SP is given, you use this formula. If you simply put the values, you will get the answer. So now question number 3 we will do by using this formula. Question number 3, it is given the by selling a radio, that means this is the SP given, selling price equals to rupees 528 and gain percent given here. Mohit gains 10%, that means gain percent equals to 10%. So we know the formula to find CP. So directly we can put this one. CP will be equals to 100 by 100 plus gain percent. Gain percent is 10. So simply write 10. 100 by 100 plus gain percent. Gain percent it is 10. So you write 10. Don't need to give percentage. Into SP. SP is 528. 528. Now you add these two. 100 by 100 plus 110. It is 100 by 100 plus 10. It is 110 into 528. So if I solve this one, 1 0 1 0 I can cancel. With 11, yes, with 11 you can cancel this one. 11 4s are 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52. Then 8 will left. 8 and 8 will become make 88. So simply 11 4s are 44. Then 8 will be the remainder. 8 and 8 will be 88. So 11 8s are so 48. And there 10 is there. So 48 into 10 it is rupees 480. Rupees 480. So question is to find the cost price. Therefore, the cost price is rupees 480. You write the last line. Therefore, the cost price is rupees 480. So now question number 4. A watch sold for rupees 448 gives a profit of only 12%. So if I sell a watch at rupees 448, that means this is the SP, and it is given that the profit percent is equals to 12%. That means gain will be 12%. So find the profit percent if the selling price had been rupees 512. So the question is to, first one part is given and another part it is given that if the selling price is 512, then you find the profit percent. So first of all we will solve the first part, we will find the cost price. Then for both case cost price will be same. So first of all we will find the cost price, then we will find the profit. Given selling price of the watch, it is given 448 and profit is given 12%. So and profit percent is given as 10%. Profit percent is given, sorry, 10 not 12. So profit percent is given as 12%. So we can find the CP. We know the formula. Cost price equals to 100 by 100 plus 12 into selling price 448, which will be equals to rupees 100 by 112 into 448 into 448. You see 112 two times it is 448. 2 into 100 it is 200. 112 twos are it is 448. So directly we can cancel. Sorry, and not twos are, it is fours are. 4 twos are 8, 4 ones are 4, 4 ones are 4. It is, so answer is rupees 400. So this is the cost price. So now the question is given, if the SP is 512, then what will be the profit percent? So you remember this one, it is 400 cost price. So now we will find the now if the SP had been rupees, what is the SP given? It is 512. Then if the SP had been this one, then profit will be Profit will be rupees. Profit, we know how to find profit. It is selling price minus cost price. So selling price, it is now given 512. So I will directly write 512 minus 400. Selling price minus cost price, which is equals to rupees 112. 112. So now we can find the profit percent. Therefore, profit percent equals to this one, total profit by cost price into 100. Total profit by cost price into 100. And percentage sign will be there. So 1010, there are also 0 cancelled. There are 4 left, there are 112 left. So 4 2s are 8, 9, 10, 11, 3 left, 32. 4 8s are 32. So 28%. Answer is 28%. The profit will be 28% if the watch is sold at rupees 512. So now question number 5. It is given, Prem sold an article to Sudhir at a gain of 10%. Again, Sudhir sold it to Hari at a gain of 15%. So Prem had to brought it for rupees 500. That means cost price of Prem is given. It is 500. So what it costs to Hari? So you see, first of all, for example, there it's given that Sudhir from Prem, Sudhir bought an article at a 10% rate. For example, when I sold this one, when Prem sold this one, it was 10% more. That means for him it was the cost price. For Sudhir it was the cost price, but for Prem it was his selling price. For example, if I sell an article at rupees 10, so for me it is my selling price. But when someone will buy, for that person it will be his cost price. So if we solve this one, you will understand. Question number 5. Given Prem bought article given, I think, transistor, transistor. Prem bought transistor. Prem bought a transistor for rupees 500. So it is given, you see, that he brought a transistor for rupees 500. Then he sold it to Sudhir at a gain of 10%. So therefore Sudhir bought it for, so for Sudhir it will be this 500 plus 10% more. So rupees 500 plus 10% of rupees 500. 500 plus 10% of rupees 500. For Prem bought an article, he sold it to Sudhir. So Prem brought and sold it to Sudhir. So the selling price of Prem is equals to the cost price of Sudhir. Prem sold it at a profit of 10%. So how much amount it was? It was given, the amount was 500. Amount was 500 and he gained how much? Prem gained how much? 10% more. 10% more. That means this is the cost price for Sudhir. He sold it at 500. Again he gained how much? 10%. That means for Prem it is his selling price, SP, but for Sudhir it is his cost price. Sudhir bought it for 500 and 10% more he paid, because Prem sold it at a profit of 10%. That means he took 10% more from Sudhir. That means for Sudhir it was 500 plus 10% of 500. So if I solve this one, it will be 500 plus 10% means 10 by 100 into rupees 500. If I simply deduct, there are 5 left, there are 10 left, that means 50. Rupees 500 plus rupees 50, which is equals to rupees 550. 15. So this is the cost price for Sudhir. So question is to find for how much Hari will bought this one. So from Sudhir again Hari bought this one. So and Hari bought it for. So again when Sudhir sold it to Hari, he gained how much? He gained 15%. That means for Hari it cost 15% more than this one. When Sudhir bought it from when Hari bought it from Sudhir, Sudhir gained how much? 15% more. 15% of which one? On his cost price. He bought it for 550 and he gained how much? 15% more. So he gained 15% more. That means when Hari bought, he has to pay extra 15% on this amount. So rupees, like earlier, rupees 550 plus 15% of rupees 550 equals to rupees 500 plus 15 by 100 into 550. 0 0 cancel. Here you write rupees. 0 0 cancel, and if I 5 3s are 5 2s are 5 3s are 5 2s are. Let me write it here. It's not looking clear. So what I did here, okay, I am writing it again. You see, it was written here rupees 500 plus rupees 15% of, okay, I am writing it here again. You see, 15% of 15% means 15 by 100 into 550. So if I cancel 1010 from here, and again 5 2s are 10, 5 3s are 15. So there it is 550 plus rupees, this one it is 3 by 3 into 55, it will be 5 3 5s are 15, 5 1 in my hand, 5 3s are 15 and 1 16, 165 by 2. It is rupees 165 by 2. So if I convert it into decimal, it will be 2 8s are 16, then 5, 2 2s are 4, then 1 left, 2 5s are 10. So it will be rupees 550 plus, it is, since it is in rupees, you give 10 more, 82 rupees and 50 pice, which is equals to so if I simply add this one, there will be 50 pice, there are 5 6 7 and there are 8 plus 5, it is 13. So 137 point 5 6 7 and 8 9, what I got, sorry, it is 2, so 2 plus 0 it is 2, 8 plus 5 it is 13, 3 1 and 5 and 1 6, 632, it is 632.50. Okay, now question number 6. A manufacturer sells an article to a wholesaler at a profit of 18%. Okay, let me show you. So manufacturer, let me write here. So manufacturer made an article. He sold it to wholesaler. At a profit of given 18%. So when he sold it to wholesaler, he gained 18% profit. Then again wholesaler sold it to retailer at a profit of how much? At a profit of 20%. So from wholesaler, first of all he gained, if I let it as X, then there will be X more, Then again for 20% on that one, on his price, it is 20%. Then again retailer sold it to customer at a profit of 25%. At a profit of 25%. It is a complete change. You see, first of all, manufacturer made an article and sold it at 18% more. So here he got at wholesaler, it was 18% more than cost price. So again he took 20% more on that amount. On that amount he brought again 20% more, and after gaining 20% he sold it to retailer. Again for retailer it was 18% more plus 20%. Then again it was 25%. He sold it to customer. So the question is to find if the customer pays rupees 30.09. So if the customer pay rupees 30.09, then what is the cost of the manufacturer? So at last, if the customer pays 30 rupees and 9 paise for that 909, so for that article, so what will be the cost price? It will be the manufacturing price of that article. So I will let this one as X, and I will start solving one by one. So this sum is little lengthy, so you be attentive. Question number 6. So let the CP of manufacturer, the cost price, let the CP of manufacturer be rupees X. Let the CP of manufacturer be rupees X. So how much he gained profit? He gained 18% profit. So therefore profit will be 18%. 18% of which one? X. So 18%. So profit will be how much? It was first of all it was X rupees plus 18% of X. 18% of X. Original cost was X and profit, what I found, sorry, first only find the profit. So profit was 18% of X, that means 18 by 100 into X, that means 18X by 100. So this is the profit. So now SP of manufacturer, that means selling price of manufacturer, SP of manufacturer, SP of manufacturer will be X plus X is the manufacturing cost plus profit how much? 18X by 100. So this is the SP of manufacturer, X plus 18X by 100. So if I simply solve this one, LCM will be 100. There are 100X plus 18X, which is equals to 100 plus 18. It is 118. 118X by 100. So this is the manufacturer. This is the SP of manufacturer. It is 118X by 100. Yeah. And this price is equals to, okay, you write it here, 118X by 100. And this price is equals to the SP of manufacturer. The SP, the selling price of manufacturer, is equals to the cost price of wholesaler. When manufacturer sold this one to wholesaler, so for manufacturer it was his selling price, but for wholesaler it was his cost price. So SP of manufacturer is equals to the CP of wholesaler. CP of wholesaler, it was 118X by 100. So we'll find now. So what did the wholesaler gain profit? He gained 20% maybe. Yes. So in case of wholesaler we are finding, so you write profit equals to how much how much profit he gained? He gained 20%. 20%. So 20% of which one? On the selling price of manufacturer, it is equals to cost price of manufacturer. That means this one. This was the cost price of the wholesaler, and he gained 20% profit on this one. 118x by 100. 118x by 100. So which is equals to 20 by 100 of means into 118x by 100. 25 are 25 are 20% of okay, don't solve this one, leave it. It was 20 by 100, it will be easy. So if I write this one, it will be 0 will be there, x 8 2s are 16, 6 1 in my hand, 2 1s are 2 and 1 3, 1360 by 10,000 it will be. Leave it, let it be the multiple of 10. It will be easy to take the LCM in every case. So 1360, okay, you simply deduct 110 from both. Let it be as a multiple of 10. It will be easy for us to take the LCM every time. Okay. So this was the profit. This is the profit of the this wholesaler. So now the SP of wholesaler will be when the wholesaler will sell this one, his SP will be there for SP of wholesaler. Wholesaler will be his original amount. It was 118x by 100, and he gained profit of 136x by 1000. Now it becomes easy to take the LCM. So LCM will be 1000. They are simply only 10 more plus 136x, and 1180 plus 13 there you correct, it is 2360. Then it will be 118, they are 236, they are 236. 1180 plus 236x, 1180x plus 236x by 1000. So if I add this one, it will be there, it will be 1000. 6 plus 0, okay, x you write 6 plus 0, it is 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 1 in my hand, then 2 plus 3 and 1, 4. So 1416x by 1000. So this is the SP of the selling price of the wholesaler, and selling price of the wholesaler is equal to the cost price of retailer, which is equals to the cost price of retailer. Selling price, the SP of the wholesaler is equal to the cost price of retailer. So this is the cost price of the retailer. So now we'll use this one and we'll find the profit, how much profit the retailer will gain in this amount. So again you write profit equals to so the retailer will gain 25%. That means directly I am writing 25 by 100 into 1416x by 1000. I am writing directly here. 25 4s are 4, we can cancel this one. 4 3s are 12, 13 14 2 21, 4 5s are 21 left 16, 4 4s are 16. So 354x by 1000. Don't deduct this one, it will be easy to calculate. Just take the LCM. If you convert it, then it will tough every time to take the LCM. So this is the profit. So now the profit we have got. Now we'll find the SP for the retailer. Therefore, SP of the retailer, selling price of the retailer will be his total amount. It is 1416x by 1000 plus the profit amount. It is 354x by 1000. So they are 1000, they are also 1000, so LCM will be also 1000. 1416x plus 354x. So if I simply add this one, there will be 1000, there will be x, 6 plus 4 10, 0, 1 in my hand, 5 1 6 plus 1 7, then 3 and 4 4 5 6 7, 1770, 1770. So now you see 10 y 0 I can cancel from both of them, which is equals to 177x by 100. 177x by 100. So this is the SP of the retailer. So SP of retailer is equals to the cost price of the customer. Cost price of the customer. Cost price of the customer. There I wrote equals to cost price of the customer. But in question you see it is given the cost price of customer is rupees 30.09. So I can write, that means this one is equals to rupees 30.09. Again, SP of retailer is equals to the cost price of the customer, and in book it is given that the cost price of the customer is 30.09, and here we have find that the cost price of customer is 177x by 100. So that means this one is equal to that 30.09. So according to question, this one will be equals to 177x by 100 is equals to it is 30.09. 30.09. 30.09. That means I can write it as 177x by 100, and 30.09. If I remove the decimal, there will be 3009, and their decimal is there. After decimal 2 place, that means I will divide it by 100. They are also 100. This side also it is 100, and in middle equal to. So I can cancel these two. So they are left 177x, and they are left 3009. Implies x is equals to 3009 by 177. 177. And we know 177 7 seconds are 49. It will be 17. Yes, it is, answer is 17. So x is 17. That means the CP of the customer, the CP of the manufacturer, the cost price of the manufacturer is rupees 17. Therefore, CP of the manufacturer is equals to rupees 17. The cost price of the manufacturer is equals to rupees 17. So now question number 7. A shopkeeper sold an article. Shopkeeper sold an article at a gain of 5%. So if he sold it at rupees 16.50 less, he would have lost 5%. Find the cost price of the article. So first of all, here is given, so we'll let the cost price as x. So first of all, he gained how much? 5%. So that means x plus 5% of x. Then for next one again, if you let me do this one. Question number 7. Let the cost price of the what is given article be rupees x. So let the cost price of the article be rupees S. So if he gains 5%, so at 5% gain, his CP will be how much? At 5% gain, so the CP not SP will be, if he gains 5%, directly I am fighting the SP. So at 5% gain, SP will be equals to his cost price. Cost price is X plus he gained how much? 5%. That means 5% of X. Directly I am finding the SP. If you want, you can find for gain 5%, it will be 5% of X. In a different way you can in a different space you can solve this one. Then again you have to find the SP. SP will be this one plus this one. I am doing directly at 5% gain. SP will be his cost price plus his 5% gain. So cost price is X, 5% gain means 5 by 100, and there it is X. So if I solve, 5 ones are 5 and 5 20s are, that means X plus X by 20, which is equals to 21X by 21X by, sorry what I wrote, 21X by 20. 20x, 20 into X is 20, okay, let me write one line more, use 20X plus X, that means 21X by 20. So if I divide this one, it will be 21, 20 ones are 20, 20, then 1 will left point 10. So again I will give another 0, so I will to put 1 0 more, it will be 100, 25s are 100 X, so 1.05X, so it will be 1.05X. Simply I divide 20 by this, I divide 21 by 20, I got 1.05X. So now I will find for at 5% loss what will be his SP. So again I have to solve this one. So you remember this one, at a gain of 5% he got how much? 1.05X. So now we will find his at how much? At 5% loss also given. So at 5% loss, X minus 5% of X, that means X minus 5 by 100 of X, that means X minus 5 1s are 5, 5 20 the, so X minus X by 20. So that part everything will change. So you remember this one, it was 1.05X. I am rubbing this one. So if I solve this one, LCM will be 20. 20X minus X, it will be 19X by 20. 19X by 20. So if I simply solve this one, 19 to I cannot divide, so first of all I will put 1 0, then 1 decimal, then it will be 190, 190, 20, 8s are it is 160, 9s are it is, 9 2s are 18, 180, yes, 9s are, then 180, 10 left, then again if I put 1 0, it is 120, 5s are 100, so answer is 0.95X. So this is another, at 5% loss the value will be 0.95X, but you see in question it is given that if we sold it at rupees 16.50 loss, then only you will have to face 5% loss. That means the difference between that 1.05 minus 0.95 is equals to that 16.50. Question is given that first of all if he gains 5%, then he will get that amount. But if he sold the same article at rupees less, that means 16.50 less from the cost price, then he will suffer a loss of 5%. So I found the loss of 5%, which is equals to this one. That means that the gain of 5% minus loss of 5% will be equals to that amount, which is 16.50. So according to question, 1.05x minus 0.95x equals to it is given how much? 16.50. 16.50. So now you solve, you will get the value of x. So it is 0.95 and there it is 0.05. So if I subtract, I will get 0.10. So 10 no need to write, only 1 I can write. And there it is 16.50, that means I can write only 16.5. So if I write x, it will divide 16.5 by 0.1. So they are also after one place decimal, they are also after one place decimal. So I can remove both, and if I remove, it will be 165 by 1. 165 by 1 means 165. So I can write only 165. They are also before one place decimal, they are also right. Simply I remove both the decimal, it became 165 by 1, that means 165. So write, therefore the CP of the article is, last line you write, therefore the CP of the article is 165. Therefore the CP of the article is rupees 165. Now question number 9. By selling a parts for rupees 250, Ranjana losses 1/6 of what it cost her. So find the cost price of the parts. So there is an equation given. So if you simply solve this one, you will get the answer. Oh, sorry, 8 left, no? 8. By selling an article at rupees 67.50, a carpenter loses 10%. How much percent would he gain if he gain or loss by selling it for rupees 82.50? So the first of all, you find the cost price. There selling price given and loss percent given. Selling price it is 67.50, loss percent is 10%. So we know the formula of cost price, CP equals to 100 by 100 minus loss percent into SP. So you simply put the value, you will get the cost price. So if you, first of all you will get the cost price, then you find the profit and gain, same thing. So you find gain equals to SP minus CP, SP minus CP. You will get the profit amount or you will get the gain amount. Then you simply find the gain percent. Gain percent we know formula is total gain, but total profit by cost price into 100. Simply you solve this one, you will get the answer. So now let's do question number 9. Question number 9. Given SP equals to rupees 250. SP equals to rupees 250. So Roman number 1, first of all we will solve. Since loss is given as 1/6 of CP. You see it is written in the question, loss is equals to 1/6 of cost price, 1/6 of cost price. And we know loss means cost price minus selling price. Loss means cost price minus selling price. Directly I am writing in place of loss, cost price minus selling price, and they are 1/6 of CP. So there it is cost price minus selling price. So if I write here cost price, and if this one is also cost price, so if I bring it to that side, it will be minus 1/6 of CP. That means minus 1/6 CP. You just take it as an equation. CP is one part, there are also CP variable. Simply I have to transpose this one. It is 1/6 of CP, that means CP by 6. So if I write here minus CP by 6, 1/6 of CP means 1 into CP, it will be CP, and there it is 6. So I simply remove this one. Okay, so CP by 6, and that side this minus SP will go to that side, it will be plus SP. So CP minus, so CP, and there also CP, I can take CP common. So CP if I take common, there I will get 1, and there I will get 1/6. In middle sign will be minus 1 minus 1/6, and SP we know it is given rupees 250. So CP will be, if I take the LCM, there it will be 6 minus 1 equals to 250, implies 6 minus 1, that means 5/6 CP equals to 250. implies Cp equals to, if I simply transpose this one, it is 5 by 6. If it goes to that side, it will be the reverse. It will be 6 by 5. So I can cancel this one with 5. 5 5s are 25, 50. 5 6s are 30. That means cost price is 300. Cost price is 300. It was given in the question. Loss equals to 1/6 of Cp. Cp minus Sp is 1 by 6 into Sp. Simply I transpose this one. It became minus Cp by 6. Then from there I took common. Cp common. There left 1. There left 1 by 6. I subtracted. I got 5 by 6 Cp. So we know that if I change the side, it is here multiplied. If I change the sign, it will be divide. So it will be like this: 250 divide 5 by 6. Then if I change this one, it will be 10 into multiply, it will be 6 by 5. So I directly wrote this one as 6 by 5. So I got the cost price as rupees 300. Then in next part it is given her loss percent. So question is to find loss percent. Cp is 300, Sp is 250. That means he was in a loss. So you have to find the loss percent. So Roman number 2. So we know how to find loss. Loss equals to cost price minus selling price. Cost price it is 300, right? Rupees 300 minus 250. 250, which will be equals to rupees 50. Therefore loss percent will be 50 loss by total cost price 300 into 100. 0 0 0 0 cancel. 50 by 3. 50 by 3%. 50 by 3%. So if I convert into mixed fraction, it will be 16 3 2. It will be 16 2 by 3%. 50 by 3, that means 16 2 by 3. So now question number 10. It is given that if the cost price of 11 shirt is equals to the selling price of 10 shirt, find the percentage profit or loss. So cost price of 11 shirt is equals to the selling price of 10 shirts. So in such type of math, first of all we will find they are given Sp of 10 shirt equals to selling price of 10 shirts. So first of all we will find the cost price of 10 shirt. So always remember, simply you find that one, you can easily solve. So question number 10. So let cost price of one shirt be rupees X. Oh, sorry, you take it as rupees 1. It will be easy. If you take X, then rupees, not it will be RE1. So the cost price of one shirt is I took as rupees 1. So cost price of 10 shirt will be equals to cost price of, right, cost price of 10 shirts equals to rupees 1 into 10, it will be rupees 10. Cost price of one shirt I took as rupee 1. Cost price of 10 shirts will be equals to rupees 10. So the question is, it is given that Sp of 10 shirts, selling price of 10 shirt is equals to cost price of 11 shirts. So therefore Sp of 10, therefore not since, you write since, Sp of 10 shirts equals to, Sp of 10 shirts equals to Cp of 11 shirts. Sp of 10 shirt is equals to Cp of 11 shirt, and we know Cp of 1 shirt is given, we let it as rupees 1. That means Cp of 11 shirt will be rupees 11. Cp, there we let Cp of 1 shirt as 1, rupees 1. That means Cp of 11 shirt will be rupees 11. So you see, Sp of 10 shirt is rupees 11, Cp of 10 shirt is rupees 10. So same thing, you see Cp of 10 shirt, cost of 10 shirt is rupees 10, but whenever I sell this one it became 11. That means I was in a profit. SP is more than CP, so you write since SP is more than CP, so it is a gain or profit return. Find profit, so you write therefore it is a profit. It is a profit. So we know profit equals to SP minus selling price minus cost price. Selling price it was 11 minus 10. Rupees 11 minus 10, that means rupees 1. So this is the profit. So the question is to find the profit percent. So therefore we know profit percent formula, PROFIT, profit percent equals to total profit by cost price. Cost price it is 10 into 100. 10 into 100. So 1010 I can cancel. They are left 10. That means the profit percent is 10%. CP of 10 chart I let it as rupees 1. CP of 1 chart as 1. CP of 10 chart is rupees 10. In question it is given that SP of 10 chart equals to CP of 11 chart. So CP of 11 chart, there I let CP as 1. That means CP of 11 chart will be rupees 11. Since here SP is rupees 11, CP is rupees 10. There SP is greater. Since SP is greater, that means there is a profit, and we know the formula of profit is equals to SP minus CP. SP is rupees 11, CP is rupees 10. So profit percent equals to profit. Profit is rupees 1. 1 by cost price. Cost price it is 10 into 100. So I simply solved this one. I got answer 10%. So now question number 11. Pens are brought at pens are brought at 12 for a rupee and sold at 9 for a rupee. Find the gain percent. So pens are brought at 12 for 1 rupee 12 pen and sold at 9 for rupees 1. So you have to find the gain percent. Question number 11, given pens are brought at 12 for a rupee, right? Given pens are bought 12 for a rupee. That means CP of 12 pen is rupees 1. CP of 12 pen is rupees 1. That means CP of 1 pen is rupees 1 by 12. Rupees 1 by 12. So now it is given SP of 9 pen is given now. SP of 9 pens is given as rupees how much? Again 1. Therefore SP of 1 pence equals to 1 by 9. 1 by 9. So cost price of 1 pen is 1 by 12. Cost price of selling price of 1 pen, it is 1 by 9. The question is to find the gain percent, and we can also see CP it is 1 by 9. So there this denominator in both cases it is same. You see 1 1, and here it is 12 and there it is 9. So we can understand that if the denominator is same, the numerator which one is smaller, that one is the greater fraction. So from that one also we can understand. In question also it is given find the gain percent, that means there was a gain. So you write since SP is greater than CP, it is a gain. It is a gain. So now we'll find the gain. Therefore gain equals to, gain is SP minus CP. SP minus CP. SP is 1 by 9. So rupee 1 by 9 minus 1 by 12. 1 by 9 minus 1 by 12. LCM will be, I think, 36, yes, 9 4s are and 12 3s are. So rupees 4 minus 3 is 1 by 36. Rupees 1 by 36. Please, it will be REU, right? It is less than 1. Okay. So it is rupees 1 by 36. So now question is to find gain percent. Therefore, gain percent equals to, we know the formula of gain percent, it is total gain. Total gain, it is 1 by 36, and cost price, it is 1 by 12 into 100%. So 1 by 36 means 1 by 36, and 1 by 12 means 1 will be here, 12 will be here, just revert into 100%. So if I simply solve this one, I will get 12 by 36. So 12 I can cancel. 12 2 the what I get? 12 3 the 3 are 36. So 100 by 3%. 100 by 3%. 100 by 3%, which I can write it as a mixed fraction as 33 1 by 3%. 33 1 by 3%. So gain percent is 33 1 by 3%. Gain percent is 33 1 by 3%. So now question number 12, you see, by selling 100 mangoes, a fruit seller gains the SP of 20 mangoes. Find the gain percent. Find the gain percent. So first of all, in same, we will let the SP of each mango as rupees. In this case, we will let it as rupees X. Question number 12, write, let the SP of each mango be rupees X. SP of each mango be rupees X. SP of each mango be rupees X. So question is this, to find the SP of 100 mangoes. Therefore, SP of 100 mangoes will be rupees 100x. 100x. So we know gain is equals to SP of 20 mango. Gain is given, it is SP of 20 mangoes, that means 20 mango he gained, which is equals to rupees 20x, which is equals to rupees 20x. So therefore CP of 100 mango will be, find the cost price of 100 mango, cost price of 100 mango is SP minus gain, selling price minus gain. So selling price, it is rupees 100x, rupees 100x minus 20x, which is equals to rupees 80x, rupees 80x. So now the question is to find the gain percent. So you write, therefore gain percent equals to gain into 100 gain, which one gain amount here there, it is 80x by cost price, it is it was high cost, sorry, what I do, gain it was 20x by 80x into 100, 20x by 80x into 100, 20x it is the gain, and this one it is the cost price. So 0 0 cancel, 2 4s are 8, 4 25s are, that means answer is 25%. Answer is 25%. So question number 13, same like this one. Question number 13 and 14 you try at your home. Same. Simply you have to solve this one, you will get the answer. Okay. On our next class, we will start from question number 15. So this is the end of today's class. If you have any doubt, you can contact me. Thank you.